Cancer, it is time for your mid-September update, and we're going to start off with an oracle card to see what your primary theme or energy is here in the second half of the month. And we have smoke and mirrors. Not everything is as it seems. So you may have been leaping to some conclusions about something, and those may not be correct. So you need to step back a little bit, let things play out, and be a little more observant and less judgmental, I would say. So second guessing in this case is probably appropriate because not everything is as it seems. People are trying to mislead you, trying to get you to make the wrong conclusion and go after people who are probably innocent or not acting in the way that you think they are. Let's get into your tarot cards. So we have the Queen of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Four of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Emperor. Let me straighten this out a little bit here. Okay. So for your cards here, there's a lot of balance in here. Everything is not as it seems. So if we stick with that smoke and mirrors theme, you're making some decisions. Somebody's trying to emotionally manipulate you. We have here with the Queen of Cups. The cups are about your emotions and intuition. This is a queen, so it's feminine energy. Somebody who is an authority in this area and somebody who would know how to manipulate people. So pay attention to that. There is somebody in your life who is trying to trigger you, trying to get to shift the blame to somebody else, trying to get to trip you up and maybe make you look a little bit foolish. You probably know who this might be. Feels like the majority of you know what this could be. So you should know to question this. Question everything. Ask everybody involved before you make any judgments. You want to clear away that smoke and make sure you have a very, very clear picture and understanding of exactly what is going on, who was involved, and it feels like it's also important that you know the timeline of events because that's going to clue you into certain things. Because you know where people were on a certain date or maybe over a certain weekend, and that's going to clue you in as to what's really going on. But you have to take the time and be aware that somebody is trying to mislead you here. And then we have the Eight of Swords. So knowing who this is and knowing what they're doing is going to get you feeling conflicted, and you're going to be feeling or feeling trapped. Or you think that you're trapped, that you're stuck, that there's no options here for you. You do have options. They are tough choices that you need to make, but you do have choices available to you. You do have options. You are not trapped. You are not stuck. Do not fall into that trap. Don't let them make you think that you have no choice but to do whatever it is they want you to do, to react in the way that they want you to do. You have the option here to pull a sword out of the ground and walk off with it. You have the option here to take a sword out of the ground and cut off connection with that person, cut off communication with that person. It would be well deserved in this case, especially once you understand the truth. This could also be you have the ability to pick up a sword and cut through that smoke and clear the air. And make sure, again, you have a full understanding of what's going on. So it's going to be important to talk. This is going back into that being important to talk to everyone individually, not as a group, one-on-one. So that somebody else, like if this person wants to be there whenever you're talking to the other people, is because they want to control the narrative. Make sure you're getting that clear story and not being trapped into believing something that's not true. So you have control here. You're the one who can set the terms. And you're the one who's going to be the best at clearing the air for everybody else. And then we have the Four of Wands. Now, once you really understand what's going on, once you can clear the air and maybe you cut off communication with this person or you keep them out of the circle in some way, there is going to be this feeling where all of a sudden everybody can take a deep breath. All of a sudden everybody can come together and celebrate and communicate And there is a sense of working together and being very successful at it. The Four of Wands, a lot of times, this is that one where you see this couple under these the arches with the flowers and things. It's a celebration of life. It is a celebration. It could, a lot of times it looks like a wedding or an engagement. It's bringing two sides of a community together in a very positive way that benefits everyone. So if you can cut out the person that's tearing the community apart, that brings them together. And now everybody's willing to talk, everybody's hanging out, everybody is working together and enjoying the company, enjoying each other. So you could be the catalyst here if you have the courage and the ability to recognize that not all is as it seems. And start to question things. Trust that intuition too. Because this is Queen of Cups. I mean, this could be another Cancer in your life. Is this you causing the drama? If it is you causing the drama, you really need to think about this, and maybe you're feeling trapped because you've gotten yourself into a pickle and you're trying to figure out how to get out. The best way to get out is honesty in that case. That will set you free. And then everybody can be together openly, honestly, talking about things and feeling good about it. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. This is a card indicating there has to be balance here. There's a need for work-life balance, or something has been off kilter for a while, and you need to put it right. You need to redirect your energy so that you have that balance, so that you are spending time with the people that matter to you, while at the same time you can focus and give your full attention to work when it's time to work. So if you're trying to blend the two, and maybe you're trying to work while also helping somebody study at home, you can't do that. You need to separate the two, because both will suffer if you try to do them at the same time. They need to be distinctly separate and have balance, or at least they allow you to be energetically balanced in that case. And then we have the Emperor. This is all about boundaries. Having these boundaries in place, having some rules in place, can help make sure that this doesn't happen again, that you always have clarity and transparency around what is going on. The Emperor is all about protecting you. It's the father of the tarot deck. They will have very specific rules. They do demand transparency. They need to know what's going on in order to protect everyone. And they will set up boundaries to keep people safe, to benefit everyone. And both people on both sides of that boundary need to respect it. So pay attention to that. Make sure you're setting that up, maybe as a consequence or a lesson learned. You know that this needs to be in place so we don't end up with this murky idea of what might be going on and nobody knows exactly what's going on. So eventually, though, it does feel like somehow it gets worked out and everybody's able to come together in harmony, working together, benefiting the community, and building a very stable foundation for the future. So now let's take these down into the film strip mode, which is one of the highlights of these cards, and see if we can figure out timing for some of this stuff here. So we're trying to go about 3 in and 3 in and about 3 in. So here we can see it feels like maybe around the 16th or so, this person is coming to you with this information, and maybe you should start questioning. Try not to take this blindly or at their information, what they're saying, at face value, even though maybe it might feel a little bit like you're insulting them in some way or questioning their authority. Alternatively, if this is you, maybe you try to be honest about what's going on instead of trying to put up a smoke screen over the situation. But this is when they're taking their act, and it's about something that's happened in the past because they're looking back. So maybe that's what has to do with, or the reason for why they're acting this way. That may have something to do with it. And then we have a little break here where you kind of figure out what's going on, and now you're like, oh, what is going on? What, I'm feeling stuck. I'm feeling trapped. I don't know what to do in this situation. You're going to have to take some sort of bold action here. You're the one who's going to have to be the one to step up and say, stop. You're going to have to pull a sword out of the ground, raise the flag, and say, something is going on here. Something is not right. We need to clear the air because some miscommunication has happened. And it's important to you that everybody's getting on, everybody is happy, and that this is fully understood by all parties. And that's going to take a couple of days or a day or two anyway for you to straighten out before you get in contact with these people. And you know what? Maybe this is an event that this happens at, where you're like, where you meet up with these people again. You're like, hey, I just want to make sure we're clear on what's been going on, and that we all understand exactly what the truth is and get some clarity here. So it could be that this is not something that that everybody is already at this event, and that this is the event where you want to clear the air, or you get everybody's side of the story. So that could be what's happening here. But whatever it is, there is some sort of big event here that is meant to be celebrating a major milestone in someone's life, and everybody will be here enjoying themselves. And then a few days after that, you're feeling, okay, things are coming back into order. I just need to let go a little bit of this, maybe of any anger and stuff associated with this, so that I can focus now on the things that are important to me and maintaining balance in my life, or bring things back into balance in my life so that I can breathe, so that I'm not obsessing over things that are not my problem and not something I need to worry about. Kind of like resetting your focus is what this feels like, which brings you back into that balance, into the calmer space. And then right after that, as you're stepping out, kind of once you get things settled down, if you will, at home, you're like, okay, so going forward, we need to have some clear communication guidelines set up. We need some clear rules of engagement set up. And maybe we need some boundaries on when and where and how we share data, and who we talk to about different subjects. And that may take a week or so for you guys to come up with and agree on and get everybody on the same page. But it needs to happen, and you may be the one who needs to step up and be the one that's taking that and enforcing that action. Okay, that is what I have for you, Cancer, for your mid-month update. Please hit that like button. Please share this with others. And please hit subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.